Alright guys, so we're back with another video, and today I'll be making my final season 2 tier list here. Now that Dirk has been out for a little minute, I can finally make this tier list just to see where the season has been so far, how good I think these characters are and might be in the future. And now that season 3 is coming up, like hopefully some of these cards are going to be good going into season 3. And as a little disclaimer here guys, wherever I put these cards is not based on how good I think these cards are, like better than these cards. Like if you see a card in front of another card or lower than another card, I'm not saying like this card is directly better. It's just where these characters are lined up, like in general, as in like in the tier. Like they're just in the tier. And yeah, I'm basing this list based on how often I see these cards, how good I think these cards are whenever I do see them. Yes, guys, I know some of these cards are very good, but they're very good in the hands of very good players. Like some of these cards are just not good enough to be ran in high ranked, but you can see them there because some guys are very good with certain cards. Wait, let's hop into the tier list here. And starting off, I'm just gonna do it in order here based on how it's lined up. And starting off here with Andrew Wiggins. I'm putting Wiggins in B tier. Just a solid defensive card, but not really great as a scorer. That's just my opinion here. Then we get into this card that's not good, don't use him. Bam is very good still as a rebounder. Has high rebound stats and very good rebounding mechanics, very good rebound ult. He'll always be, well, always, but he'll be usable for a long period. Devin Booker, I think Devin Booker is a very good scorer if you know what you're doing with him. I've seen a lot of top guys still run Booker. Like, can be very, very difficult to stop. This guy, don't use him. LeBron, I'll put in A tier. Put him A tier the last time. Still a very good defender, just not as good of a scorer or scoring threat. But he's still very usable as a defender here with his 360 block. Cam Johnson, I will put in C tier. I've seen some people make Cam Johnson work in certain games in the higher tiers, but he's just not good enough as a scorer or defender to really like say or recommend as someone you guys should run. Capella is still a very good rebounder, very good blocker, especially with his ult, so very good center still. Chris Paul, I will put in B tier. Now that Jason Kidd is out, he's just not ran anymore, but he's still a very annoying card defensively and has good mechanics to assist the team, so he's still good in that aspect, but he just can't score like Jason Kidd can. Steph, I will put Steph in S tier. He'll always be in S tier. Is the only card that can make the shots that he can make, like constantly or consistently hitting contested shots. So still just like S tier scorer. Dennis Schroeder, not good. DeMar DeRozan, I'll put in B tier. Has options to score, but just not a high profile or high enough like scoring option, even like close to Booker. He's just not as like not on that same tier. Fuji, I'll put in A tier. He's a very, very, very good stealer if you know what you're doing with him. Has a good steal ult and good steal mechanics. Like he's just like if you know what you're doing with Fuji, he can be very good. But I don't really see him as much anymore, even though like I think he's still a very good stealer there. But yeah, very good. Now Giannis, I might be a little bit biased here, but like he's just Mr. Do It All in my opinion. He could if you have him at E6, which I know a lot of people won't have, but when you have him at E6, he can be your main rebounder. He can actually act as your center, and he can guard 1 through 3. Like he can guard every position, every character. There's really no one that Giannis can't really guard. So one of the best defensive cards in my opinion. Gordon Hayward, not good. Hung Shao, not good. Jamal Crawford, not good. Jamal Murray, I actually think can be a solid scorer. I've seen persons in the higher tiers use this card. He can be like I'm gonna say difficult to guard, but he's like very quick in how you can get like specific shots off, like threes. So he can actually be solid as a scorer there. Jokic, I would actually put Jokic in A tiers, but first I'm not having him in S tier. I think he's very good in specific situations, like when you're screening or boxing out. But outside of that, he's just way too slow to keep up with guard like other centers like Gasol and Embid. But he can actually shoot and stretch the floor, but Like, I just don't think he's as good anymore compared to like Gasol and Embiid as centers. So that's why I'm dropping him down from S tier into A tier. Jordan Clarkson, still a very good scoring option. I've seen people say he's not as consistent as they want him to be even after the buff, but he's still like, you can get open with him, you can get some shots off with him. So he is solid there. Julio, I would put in B tier. Still has his blocking and his ability to get put back, so he's just a solid power forward, but it's not as good as other options. KD, I would put in as an ISO scorer. I would think he's in S tier. He can be difficult, as I said, he can be difficult to guard in ISO situations, but you really just have to, in terms of defending him, just help defense, being on the left and right of him, and you can force him to the rim, force him to the center, and that's the best way to stop him. But in ISO situations, he can be definitely tough to stop there. Clay, I would put in A tier, especially after the buff. He can still be a tough card to guard in ISO situations because of the contest angle. So yeah, he's just a solid scoring option just in that aspect. Jonathan Kuminga, solid. Don't really see him as much anymore, obviously, but he's still like a do-it-all card, but he's just not as good as and as like effective as other power forward options. Kyle Anderson, now that Dirk is out, is actually a very good defensive card for Dirk because he can steal or has like increased steal rate in post-up situations or stuff like that. So he's actually usable, but only really against Dirk or characters that are going to be posting up a lot. So that's his specific use there. Luka, still a very good scorer, gonna be an S tier. He's the best elite card that you can have. So yeah, like that's just not gonna change. This card, trash. Nurkic, trash. Don't see him. Gasol is the best center in the game. Don't even have to really go over it. Just best rebounder and like has a lot of scoring options there. Paul George, very, very good as an elite card. Can do it all for you scoring and defensive wise. He won't fall off anytime soon. Seth Curry, not good. Shai is one of the best scorers, if not the best scorer outside of Steph in this game. I think we all know what Shai can do. Very good dribbler, can attack the rim, can shoot threes. If you're hitting, like if you have his passive up or his passive or his enhancement ability up. So yeah, he's very, very good as a scorer. Steven Adams, not good. I'm not putting him in C tier. He's just not good. Westbrook, I'll just leave in C tier. He has his ult, which is solid, and he has a speed to be very good defensively. But outside of that, he's just not good enough. Zhao Shang, I don't see this card at all. Zion, I'm going to still leave in B tier because personally for me, he's like the worst card that I can be matched up against. I just don't know what it is against Zion players. I'm just not good against guarding them. Like, they have so many options to score with their dunks, dunk animations that they can get and stuff. And yeah, he's just difficult for me to guard personally, so I'm just leaving him in B tier. I'm saving Dirk for last year. Tatum, very good card, defensive card. He's not a scorer. I see people try to score with this card, like force shots with him, but that's really not his bag. You're really supposed to pass it to him when he's open or when he's in the best position to score. But his main calling card is to be a defensive card because he can guard every character in the game, essentially. So that's where his value is. Jason Kidd, I'll put in S tier. Very, very good defensive card with his stealing options, his ability to pass out of any shot and set up players. Very, very good card. Love the ult. Just very, very good card. Brandon Ingram, I'll put in A tier. He's a solid scorer, especially with his ult active. Like he can be a little bit difficult to guard. Well, not difficult to guard, but he can hit shots on you. Like he can actually hit contested shots on you. So like he's good in that aspect. Porzingis, I will leave in A tier as well. Like he's a solid scorer, can stretch the floor for you, but that's really all he can really provide to you. He hit a few shots per game, but he's just not good enough. He might go down to B tier at some point because he's just not as good. But I'll leave him in A tier for now. Embid, one of the best centers in the game, has many scoring options, can stretch the floor for you. Great all just like good blocking, just very all around good card. And then last but not least, Dirk, in my opinion, I know this might be controversial. As a scorer, Dirk is in S tier. Just say he's on the same tier as like Steph and Shea as a scorer, just a scorer. But as an all-around card, I'm leaving Dirk in A tier. I'm not gonna lie. Like he's just so slow, bro. Like I've seen playing against this card so much. Like and what we do when we're going against the Dirk or I'm going against the Dirk, I'm just passing it to whoever Dirk is guarding. Like that's my thing. Like I'm just passing it to them so they can score because he's just not gonna be able to keep up. His blocking, like he's just gonna be out of range for the most part to even get his 360 block, so you won't really see that. I literally have not seen anyone block Dirk using his 360 block so far. His rebounding is solid as a center, obviously. Like, well, not as a center, as a big man, he's solid as a rebounder, but he's just not good enough compared to other centers and some other power forwards. And yeah, like as a scorer, he's very good, but all around card, I gotta put him in A tier. He's on the same level as Jokic in terms of like they're very good in this specific aspect, but outside of that, they're just not as good as all around cards as other cards. The only card that I could drop from S tier right now is KD, but I think he's so good in ISO situations, and if you're running a good team and you know what you're doing, would I leave him there just based off that? I think for now I'll leave him in S tier, but maybe my next tier list, KD won't be in S tier. He might be in A tier, but we will see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below this tier list. Like, how good do you think these characters are? Should someone be higher? Should someone be lower? And yeah, that's gonna be all for this video, guys. Now, see y'all next time. Peace.